Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Taking a look here quickly at Wojak. Be sure to stick through the end. I'm going to make this fairly quick and just kind of touch on some important things. First of all, we got some awesome moving averages here holding the price action in place. We're also going to need to draw some new Fibonacci retracement levels here based on recent data, because you always want to try to stay up to date on these as much as possible. And just to double check too, I mean, you can kind of see here we have this ascending trend that is still continuing, and we'll talk about that one as well. So really cool stuff here today. Be sure to help us grow the community. Like, subscribe, follow here on YouTube, and of course, if you want to come on over to our Twitter, we got some awesome stuff here as well. We got some giveaways, of course, for our monthly premium membership here. We give away a new membership once every week. All you gotta do is like, follow, retweet on Twitter, and of course, enable notifications so you can stay abreast on a lot of really important, relevant data, both technical and fundamental. Okay. Very last thing too, also that's extremely important for you to recognize, is that we do have an affiliation and partnership with BitGet. We've been rolling with them for a while. They provide us with a significant transfer bonus once you register with them, if you use my link, of course. Same thing follows suit here as well. We have a monthly or bi-monthly trading competition. It's roughly $10,000 prize pool monthly, and what you can see here is that anyone in first, second, or third place based on profit and loss ratio or volume takes some serious profit, and all you got to do is use the exchange. Coincidentally, it's one of the best exchanges in the industry. I love them a lot. They are my favorite, but we have a lot of different affiliations. Be sure to check our homepage for that. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below. So let's talk about some really important stuff here. First of all, 4-hour time frame looks fantastic, and let's talk about that here. First of all, we got this nice little stochastic RSI convergence, the price kind of moving up there. That kind of leads into the fact that the MACD should and could converge here soon, as long as we continue to maintain this volume. Now, talking about volume here, we can kind of see that, well, minus today, the last 4-hour candlestick, we've seen a lot of money flowing out of this coin. Same thing happened with Pepe coin as well, but the key takeaway here is the RSI is back up over 50 for the moment. If we can hold that level and we see an increase in volume, we're going to be in really good shape to see the price action continue higher. Okay, so that's fantastic stuff there. What we want to talk about too as well is this descending type of trend, which we will actually, let's do that next. I want to show you the moving averages and kind of just explain how important this is. First of all, we're underneath the 20, which is somewhat of a disadvantageous situation. That could work as a resistance, right? So that 20 will start to average itself out depending on the price action. So what we could see is the price action come up here to retest a few times and break, or get rejected, come back down to retest this 50-day SMA. The key takeaway is that we're above the 50, and that's the most impactful moving average you can see on the 4-hour and the daily, and I think that's really important to recognize. So that being said, in the last 50 candlesticks in the 4-hour time frame, we've seen the price action average itself out at about 56,000. Okay, 56,000 should be the new support, and that runs concurrent with this previous support at 52,000. Okay, so that's really awesome. All right, we love to see that. That's really cool stuff. So the 4-hour to me looks very good, and the 4-hour is a nice transitional time frame from the hourly to the daily. And that leads us to believe that we have more bullish momentum at this point. While we did have a rejection, pretty strong sell-off at this 0.5 level at 78,000, we can see the price action still holding in place within this range here between 0.382 and 0.236. Okay, so really cool stuff there. I like that a lot. The 1-hour looks pretty good here also. Let's double check a couple things. We came up to a 7. We're at an 8 now on TD sequential. So there's potential for a pullback here soon. Likely to consolidate here at the 62,000 mark. We also have a few different scenarios too if we take a look at the Elliott wave and kind of see that we've finished our ABC pattern, and the likelihood of establishing a new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern is greater. Okay, so now that we've finished that pattern to the downside, we can estimate or approximate that we're going to continue that up to the upside. And in case you're not familiar with Elliott wave, really just takes it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 / ABC pattern. It has higher highs and higher lows until it hits a 5, which we saw here recently. And then it comes down to an ABC, effectively establishing lower lows and lower highs. So the key takeaway here is this next high needs to make sure it's higher than the previous low. Okay, so it's important to kind of recognize that, and we'll keep an eye on that, of course, but for now, it's a really good sign. Okay, so ultimately, we're looking pretty healthy here for Wojak, and I really like what I see. We can also see this descending trend, which technically should be up here a little bit. Let's go ahead and move that over, just so you can kind of see that better. This kind of shows and reaffirms that this descending trend, which was establishing lower highs and lower lows, is now complete, and that should be the new support level. Okay, so that's also an interestingly cool pattern that you can find on coins like this, whereas they just continue to increase until they don't, and then they decrease until they until they don't as well, which we're basically seeing right now. So this really implies that this should be the new bottom and that we should be in pretty good shape here for Wojak. Let's take a quick look at the volume profile and see we're above that volume support. A lot of volume here in the last 24 to 48 hours at the 60,000 mark, and that kind of reaffirms the fact that we should see a bouncing point right here at 0.236. Okay, which once again is about 62,000 roughly. Okay, so bounce off 62,000 makes a tremendous amount of sense. So my speculation is the price will continue down here, come up to retest this level for a cup and handle, and then come right back up. Okay, so you can kind of see this little cup and handle pattern here. It looks like it wants to go ahead and do something like that. Once again, if we get that bounce off 236. If we don't, worst case scenario, just to kind of give you perspective on what that would look like if it were to continue lower, our next key support level, coincidentally, is right here with our previous resistance, right there at about 30,000 even. Or more so, round up 31,000. So a good DCA target would be 31,000 if the price were to come back down to that level. But keep in mind the probability that's fairly low considering we're staying above the moving average on the 4-hour time frame at 50. And then we're also holding strong too. Once again, just to reaffirm this, we're holding really strong at the RSI at 50, and then of course MACD convergence, stochastic. Everything's looking very, very bullish and ready for an increase. So I'm very excited about this. I think we're going to see the price continue higher to retest its most recent high, potentially its all-time high, and of course also continue to establish higher highs and higher lows. We'll pay attention to this again. We'll cover this again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this made sense in how I described it. And again, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a website. Link down below. Help us grow our Twitter community too. And be sure to jump on over to BitGet. Really awesome opportunity to be able to get those free trading bonuses as well as, of course, our trading competitions frequently. Okay, really awesome stuff. Congrats again to our recent community members who took some healthy profit there. Thanks again for joining me. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.